Microphone was turned off. That's not good. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Whatcha Paintin Wednesday. It's been a while. I am flying solo today. Kristen is in Florida with some family, so she's having a nice time soaking up the sun. So I haven't done a Whatcha Paint Wednesday in what? I don't know, a month maybe? I don't know. It's been a while. So I'm happy to be back and hopefully on schedule. Today I am going to be working on a chair for the Catholic Charities of Flint. It's called the Charity Auction Dinner, and charity is spelled chair. So anyway, people, artists, crafters, anybody that wants to paint a chair and take it to the Catholic Charities, then in October, I think it's late October, they have an auction dinner where people can bid on the chairs. So I've done 2 chairs in the past. The first chair sold for quite a bit of money. I can't remember how much, but I was kind of shocked actually. And then the second chair I did was last year. Or actually, I think the first chair I did was in 2019 because then there was 2020, so they didn't have it. And then in 2021, they had it again. So first chair was 2019, then 2021, and I'm doing one again for this year. I don't have any plans as far as, what angel is going to be on it and what I'm going to actually paint on it. Today, I'm just going to be putting on black gesso just to get that first layer done, and then I will start drawing on it, and I will be working on that during Whatcha Paint Wednesday until I get it done so that I can give it to them. It'll be in their hands then. So that's what I'm doing today. Marcia said, looking forward to seeing the charity chair evolve. Thank you. Hi, Carol from Texas. Hi, Mendy. Saw you last night on the live stream too. So thanks for being here. All right, there's 5 people on. I don't know that I put I have like a logo now. I'm trying to post on YouTube that I will be going live. I should have actually posted that yesterday, but I'm never sure if I'm actually going to be able to do Whatcha Paint Wednesday until just before it happens. But anyways, I hope I gave enough notice to folks. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. It'll probably be a fairly short one today. I don't know. I'm basically just going to be on here until I get this painted. It is very hot and humid here today. So I had the air set on 70 degrees. So I just changed it to 73 because otherwise it's just going to be running constantly and it's so loud. I don't even know if you can hear me very well with that going. Let me switch in a little bit. Hi, Phyllis. Welcome. I tried to find the pictures of the other 2 chairs that I painted so that you could see what they look like. And I couldn't find any pictures online. I don't know why I didn't take pictures of them and put them on my Facebook page. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted you to be able to see what the other 2 chairs look like that I painted. What I will do though is maybe by next Wednesday, if I remember, I'll print out the pictures of the other 2 chairs that I created. Oh my gosh, look at how icky gicky that is. Yeah, I'm not really close enough to see comments. Did your mom find a place? Not yet. No, it's kind of a silly story. So they wanted to look at places in the same park that Bree and Eric and the grandkids live in. It's a really nice place. It's right down the road. It'd be super convenient. And the people that own that park actually own the park that my mom and Jerry live in, that they have a place in Florida in. It's the same people that own that one, that own the one up here. Well, they said that they had to have a hard copy of my mom's social security card. Well, she doesn't travel with it, you know. She has it back in her place in Florida, and so I said, well, if it's the same owners and you've been approved in that park, why can't they just approve you for this park? But no, they can't do it. They have to have a physical hard copy of her social security card. So they're like, threw their hands up and said, we'll look other places then. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't understand businesses and how they run them. I just don't get it. I mean, I get it if this was a park that, you know, they had no ties to, you know, then I guess I could get it that they had to see that. But the fact that they've already got her stuff on file and know that they're good people because they have a place in their Florida park, whatever, doesn't make sense. But so they're still looking. So I'm just black gessoing this chair right now. Totally boring. So today is more about just chit chatting with y'all, getting caught up. What's your weather like where you're at? Hi, Claudia. Okay, I gotta move in. From Colombia. Right, Mandy? Ugh is what I said. I actually had some other things to say that weren't as nice as ugh. But anyway. Oh, it would have been a perfect place for them. You know, and of course, you know, they could go to the Secretary, or not Secretary of State, but the Social Security office here and order her a new card. But I think you have to have your birth certificate for that. Well, guess what? Who travels with their birth certificate? So that's back in Florida as well. I don't know. They're frustrated. Rightfully so. I meant to look up some jokes before I went live and I forgot. I just love dad jokes so much. Love corny, silly jokes. Anybody got a joke for me? Just write down what you want printed, unless you have to have it right now. Huh?
I'll leave this list over there when I'm done.
Oh, okay. Kristen, you know, my partner in crime here on Whatcha Paint Wednesday, her website is live now. It's simply Sunshine TN for Tennessee. I think is it .com? Let me just look real quick. So she's doing t-shirts and other really cool things. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, it's simply Sunshine TN. And she has jewelry on there and t-shirts. And she does all the t-shirts herself. She has like a not dye sublimation. What do you call them? I don't know. Anyway, she makes shirts. And they're super cute and very uplifting. She designs them herself. So it's very cool. So make sure to check out Kristen's business and give her some support and some love. Like I said, she's at the beach house this week. So she hopefully will be back next week with us. I told her, I said, we should rename rename Whatcha Paint Wednesday to Whatcha Creating Wednesday because she's not going to be painting, but she, she'll be designing shirts and stuff like that. So the first angel I painted, it turned out the best. It's hard when you paint something and you really like it, and then the next year you want to do something different. But trying to match the quality or, whatever, what have you, of the other one. Anyway, the first year, I loved the colors of it. And I put tin wings on the back. So the wings were like, the angel was painted here. And then I had tin wings coming off each side. And last year, I don't know, I worry that the tin wings over time could be a nuisance. So I didn't put tin wings on them last year. And last year I decoupaged the entire chair with papers from, okay, so during COVID, we had these handouts when we would go to mass, and then they were, you could throw them away. They would recycle them. But I kept ours, and I used the songs and the readings and all of that inside of here, and I decoupaged the entire chair and then painted the angel over top of it and then sanded and stuff. And that was really cool. It turned out really nice. I didn't like it as much as my first one.
Pretty soon.
Okay. Say hi.
Hi.
Any dad jokes on you?
Oh yeah, Teresa. Why did the seagull fly over the sea?
Oh, that's the one Oh yeah, cause wait. Cause if he flew over the bay, he'd be a bagel.
Yuck, yuck. Come on in, Pete.
We have such talent, right?
Come on in, I'm decent.
No, you're not. Oh yes. So did you hear that joke? It's so corny, but it's actually a really clever one. Why did the seagull fly over the sea? Because if he flew over the bay, he'd be a bagel. I love it. I have no problem being corny on Whatcha Paint Wednesday, or anywhere else for that matter. Can you hear voices? They're not in your head. Actually, we have someone here working on not the fabric softener. Oh my gosh, the water softener. All right. Oh, I can't see the top. I love these tables. I can crank it down, crank it up. Now that's as low as it goes. This table was so helpful painting the chair last year. I didn't have it when I painted the first chair. And it's just nice because when I'm working on the bottom part of the chair, I can raise it up. Yeah, it's super handy. So my goal to have ready for next week is to, figure out what I'm going to paint on this and hopefully have it drawn on there as well so that next week I can actually start painting it. What's happening, guys? Talk to me. And it's on wheels so I can spin it. So handy. He got these tables at Home Depot. Oh shoot, I don't know what I did that for.
I wonder. That's never a good sign.
There's kind of a lot of nooks and crannies to paint, so it takes a little doing. It takes a little yoga to get little stretches to get underneath this thing. Well, once this layer dries, I can flip it over and paint underneath. So oh gosh, you guys, I'm hungry. I have been doing the, God, what do they call that? OMAD, OMAD, 1 meal a day. Uh, Basically, I eat within a 4-hour time frame. So I don't eat until dinner time. Or I might go up a couple hours before dinner and just have a little snack just to, so I don't eat my arm off because I'm so hungry. And then I eat dinner and that's it. No more, I can have water and I can have coffee, but no food and no like anything with calories in it I can't have. I've been doing that, and what I find interesting about it is that, yeah, like right now I'm hungry, but so when I would get hungry before, I would just get a snack, right? Now, when I get hungry, I usually just drink a bunch of water. And then I keep myself busy and I forget that I was even hungry. And then next thing you know is dinner time. Like I'm not, I just keep my mind off it instead of feeding into it, basically. So it's basically 20 hours of intermittent fasting and then 4 hours window of eating. It's not horrible. Am I happy to be doing it? Not really. I like to eat. So kind of bums me out a bit. But I just can't keep gaining weight and gaining weight. So this is what I'm doing. Oh, jeez, I got black paint on my hands. Any comments? Y'all are quiet today. I do plant-based now. A half a plate of starch potato with a half a plate of greens. Fills you up and the weight drops off. Very satisfying. That's awesome. I seriously, wait, how do you do that? I could eat a plant-based diet. I mean, I don't know if I could do it forever because I do like a good hamburger or some barbecue chicken or something like that. But I could go 5, 6, 7 days in a row and just eat salads and stuff like that. I love veggies. I really love veggies. Potatoes, I could live on potatoes. Any way you could cook a potato, I would eat it. I love it. Do you eat 3 meals a day, Colleen? 3 plant-based meals a day? I'm always curious, what works for people. And we're all different. So what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. Okay, I gotta turn the air back on, y'all. I'm sweating. I mean, I didn't turn it off. It's set at 73, but it feels hotter than that in here. Okay, 3 meals. I love it. Hey, Heather, welcome. Raw carrots and cucumbers. Yes, that's a good snack. Hey, Teresa from Houston, Texas. If you're wondering what I'm painting, it is a chair. I'm going, I've painted 2 of them before, and they both were my angels. But I don't know. I could do St. Michael, the Archangel. Although I'm doing those boxes with St. Michael on them, I don't know if I want to paint another St. Michael. That'd be 4 paintings of the same person. I don't know about that. But I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to paint on this. But I'm just gessoing it and sealing it with black gesso for today. So that way next week for Witch Paint Wednesday, I'll get started on it. Oh. My middle name is Potato. Get out. I love that. Fried, boiled, baker scallop, mashed raw with salt. I'll eat them raw. I don't put salt on them when I eat them raw, but I haven't done that in a long time because they're so starchy. But my mom, when I was growing up, she would be peeling potatoes, and I would come in there, and she'd give me like a half a potato, and I just walk around the house munching on it. Love it. I try not to eat or drink anything with calories for 12 hours minimum. What is easiest for me is from after supper to breakfast. Small supper, then I stick with it and it works. Awesome. Yes. And I also heard that you shouldn't eat give yourself 3 hours before you go to bed, without eating anything because you don't get as good of rest because your body's busy processing the food, so your body's not resting. And when we sleep at night, that's when our bodies are getting repaired and rejuvenated. So, which that's not hard to do. I used to be bad at it because I would get the munchies at night and I would just grab a bag of chips. It was always something unhealthy. It's not like I was grabbing carrots and cucumbers. Um, and I would munch on that stuff, and that stuff's so salty, and then I'd go to bed, and it's just, that was bad. I didn't do it every day, but um, anyway, I'm trying what I'm doing now. It seems to, I feel good. I feel good doing it. Like right now, I'm hungry, but if I just drink a bunch of water, I won't be hungry anymore. Speaking of that, I'm gonna grab my water. Companies with many. Companies with many locations often, for their books, have to let each location manage on their own. Seems illogical. An association with another location will help eventually. Hope it works out. I know. I mean, I get that they have to keep separate books and stuff. That I get. But if they have her social security number on file at the other one, they know they're good people. Why do they have to see the physical card? That's what I don't get. But I don't know. I mean, that's not the only place for them to live. So they just got to get out there and start looking. stand on my head to get this other stuff in the undercarriage of the chair. What's on everyone's agenda today? What you working on? Are you at work? Are you stitching? Are you painting? Because not everyone is good people like your mom and Jerry. Wouldn't it be great? I know. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be wonderful? All right. We were just talking about that the other day. Oh, I know. When I was up north with my friends when we went to Mackinac City in Ireland, we were talking about how when we grew up, it was just such a safe environment. I mean, I would ride my bike to my friend's house, which was probably 3 miles down the road. I don't know how old I was. I was probably 10, 11, 12. I mean, I would ride my bike to the nearest, used to call them drugstores, and it was called Taylor Drugs. And the front counter was all that candy. And I would get my allowance and I would ride my bike up there all by myself, a little girl, get all the candy I could muster, and I would eat it on the way home, ride my bike on the road, no hands. Could you guys do that as a kid? Just wheeling down the road. I'd have my candy. I'm eating my candy and going down the road on my bike. But we live on a dead end road, which there's two ways to look at it. I guess if somebody was up to no good going on a dead end road, they probably think, well, if there are kids, no one's really watching them because they feel safe because it's a dead end road. That's how I thought. That's why I didn't let my kids play in the road, ride their bikes on the road, nothing. It's like we have 5 acres, we have a pond, we have a road that goes from the house down to my studio that, is a driveway. That's where you ride your bikes. I did not let them ride bikes through the neighborhood. And I mean, I used to ride my bike. I'd be gone for hours, didn't have cell phones back then. You know what I mean? But people didn't have to worry so much about their kids. And my kids, I know, thought I was ridiculous. I was overprotective, but I don't care. They're safe. That's all that mattered to me. But the other side of that coin is Kevin said, well, living on a dead end road, people know there's only one way out. So they're not going to come in and do something knowing if the cops come down that road after them, there's no way out. I'm like, well, that's kind of comforting to know. I didn't think of it that way. I was always thinking about the worst scenario. My daughter watched you. She said you have great skin tone. Aw, tell her I said thank you. Colleen's working from home. Heather says boo because she's at work. That's fine. Yep, the 50s and the 60s and even the 70s, because I was born in 66, so it was more like the 70s for me. Yeah, the good old days. Hi, Chris. Listening while W at H. Work at hospital? I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a typo. Yep, times are certainly different now. Certainly different now. I mean, I feel I was born at the time I was meant to be born in, because what I do for a living could not be done to the extent that it is without the internet. I couldn't do Whatcha Paint Wednesday. I couldn't have Patreon. sharing my art if I didn't have the internet. It was a lot more difficult for artists. They had to go through a gallery to be seen. You only did local things unless you shipped your artwork somewhere. You know what I mean? It's the internet has made it easier for people to make a living online, and especially for artists, they have a visual product, and so I feel like I'm not complaining to be in the time that I'm in. I have to say I am glad though that I was born in the 60s and was raised in the 70s. And I graduated mid 80s. I'm glad I, as a child, was in that time frame. I worry about kids now because of all of the technology, and they are given devices that can be dangerous at such a young age now. And there's just too much icky stuff on the internet to have a young child just have full reign. I know there's parental protection and stuff that you can put on those devices, but kids are savvy and they can outsmart you, when they get a certain age. And I don't know, I'm glad, like our boys, Brianna's quite a bit older, so she didn't have any of that technology, cell phones and stuff like that when she was growing up. But our boys, when they got into like middle school, high school, is when they could have a cell phone, and it wasn't a smartphone, it was a cell phone. They could text their friends. I could get a hold of them, they could get a hold of me. That was wonderful. But to have a middle schooler or a high schooler with a smartphone where they can basically have the internet at their fingertips, I'd probably be the worst mom in the world because I probably wouldn't let them have it unless they bought it themselves, which at that age, it's not like they have a lot of money. So I don't know. I just worry about our future. YouTube has opened up friendships. Yes. I'm so sorry, Chris. Work at home. I'm like, work at hospital? What am I thinking? That's so funny. I'm in the dark ages, I guess. Work at home. I can't believe I didn't figure that out. Jeez. Chris, I'm just not that hip. I need things spelled out for me. All right, I'm getting to a point where until it dries, I'm not going to be able to paint anymore. Oh, I got under here yet. I'm afraid I'm going to get my hair in this paint. Just so. I'm excited, guys, to get painting again. I miss it terribly. It's really interesting. I went live last night in my Patreon group, and I was just talking to them about how Patreon feeds my passion for designing cross stitch. There's nothing more, well, I shouldn't say nothing more gratifying, but there's not many things more gratifying than to design something, take a sketch, design it and chart it into cross stitch, and then watch people stitch it and watch it come to life, and just to see it stitched on different fabrics and how it changes the look of things. And I get such a thrill out of it, and I just get so excited each month to present the charts to the Patreon members. The other thing that I find super gratifying is finishing a painting, and I have not painted in so long. Like, I'm really ready to paint. I have an angel over there that I started a long time ago on Which Paint Wednesday. That Madonna and Child in the round that I started on here, Which Paint Wednesday. Not done with that yet. So those two I'd like to finish for the end of the year. And then I have the 3 St. Michael boxes that I would like to finish also by the end of the year. So after this chair, I have plenty of things to work on. So I'm excited about it though, because I really do miss painting. Hi, Linda. Hi, Teresa and Chris from Sisters, Oregon. Nice. You're going to design charts for coin purses. Oh, am I going to? I plan to. I would like to make one myself. Like, I feel like I need to make one in order to kind of understand how I would design it. But yeah. Hi, Daisy. I know. I have those books on how to make the coin purses. Here's another thing. So I had 2 retreats. No, I'm sorry, my bad. I had the May retreat that I was a guest designer for. Then I have one in the fall in September and another one in October that I'm the guest designer for. It occupies so much of my time and energy to prepare for those retreats because you have to design things way ahead of time because I got to have time to get the model stitchers to get it done. When I get it back, then I can scan it and start making like the box. I make those nice designer boxes, get the needle minder made. All of these things I really can't do until I get the stitched piece back. So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit about the fall ones. I'm doing pretty good on the September one, but the one for October, I really got to get things done. The main piece is out being stitched, and I hope I get it back by the end of August, or I'm going to be in trouble. And then I have one in April and one in May that I'm the guest designer for next year in 2023. And then I'm going to be doing a fall one. It's not set in stone, so I can't tell you who it is or what it's about. But we haven't nailed down the date or the specifics. But I do plan on doing that one in the fall. But I think for 2024, I don't think I'm going to do any retreats because it does take a lot of time. There's travel involved. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love meeting people face to face. It's so much fun. And it's such a thrill to design these things, bring it to the retreat, and then have them open it, and they're super excited. I love all that. It's great. But I just feel like I'm doing too much in a year, and it takes away from other things. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I've got 2 retreats this fall, 2 in the spring, 1 next fall, and then in 2024, I don't think I'm going to plan any retreats other than I'm going to do a virtual retreat myself. Kevin and I are going to do one in 2024, but that's it. So we shall see. Hi, Deborah. You're making one right now. They are a lot of fun. Oh, that's so cool, Linda. Linda, do you have an Instagram? Are you going to show it on Instagram? Because I want to follow you so I can see it. You have to consider the cost benefit of everything you do. Right. Got to plan ahead. Yes, I am planning ahead. I have the spring designs sketched out. I just got to find time to chart them. But see, that's the thing. Like, I'm in, Needlework Expo. Thank God yesterday I got everything done for Needlework Expo. Now my part of it is done. Kevin's stuffing patterns and that kind of thing. But my part is done for that. Now I'm focused on getting ready for these fall retreats. I'm cutting fabric today. As soon as I'm done with this live video, I'm going to go and cut fabric for the September retreat. I have the fabric ordered. It's hand-dyed fabric for the October retreat, so I should have that by the end of August. I can get that cut. But yeah, it's all about planning ahead, and so that's my fear. I think what I'm saying is, like, it's not that I don't like doing retreats. I absolutely love it. But my biggest fear is not having things in on time, or feeling that the box that I curate isn't the quality I want it to be. Like, I want things in this box that make people excited and feel like I gave it 1,000%. You know what I mean? And a lot of it probably is just me putting too much pressure on myself. That's probably a big part of it. But I don't know. When you're a guest designer at a retreat, you want to give it your all and then some. So that's how I look at it. I'm needle turning a cross stitch piece to see how it works. Hi back at you people. Can't wait for the virtual retreat. Yeah, that's going to be super cool. That's going to be super cool. Oh, it's starting to rain outside. Oh, we need it. We could use some rain. I know the weather's crazy. Some people have flooding. Oh, God, the floods. Oh, my gosh. Just prayers for everyone involved in that. But we're super dry here, so it's coming down pretty good right now. That's a good thing. All right, y'all. I know I haven't even been on here an hour, but I'm kind of at a point where I've got to wait for this to dry and flip it over and paint the undercarriage. And then I will be back next Wednesday with a plan on what I'm going to paint on that. So you guys can watch that evolve, and that's it. Needle turn cross stitch. So needle turn, isn't that for like wool applique? Isn't that where you fold it under and do like not a whip stitch, but a blanket stitch or something like that? See you next week. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you, Colleen. Good to see your face. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thanks, Heather. I will see your face in person in October. I'm super excited to meet you and Cheryl Jensen. Finally going to meet Cheryl. It's for anything you need to hem. Okay. Got some stitching done. Thanks. All right, Marcia. All right, beautiful people. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next week. Bye.